Mr. Foster, you're charged with domestic violence, criminal damage, and domestic violence disorderly conduct. I'm going to order that you have no contact of any kind with Natalie Foster. No contact means no face-to-face personal contact, no calling, texting, emailing, using letters or notes, third parties, social media, or any other kind of contact you can think of. You are not to be at her residence or workplace, with the exception that you get a one-time only return visit with a police escort to get your personal belongings. I'm also ordering no alcohol or illegal drugs. And I'm going to release you with those conditions. Your court date at Tucson City Court is January 7th at 1:30. You're excused.
Bring it right back to the next.
Hello, what's your name?
Nathan Ayon.
You're charged with trespassing, assault and injury, contempt of court, and possession of drug paraphernalia. This is from today. You have a case from November 14th, criminal trespassing and theft. And November 19th, criminal trespass, disorderly conduct, and threats and intimidation. I'm gonna order that you not, is he still there?
Yes, I'm here, Your Honor.
Picture disappeared, okay. I'm gonna order that you not possess or consume any alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs, no firearms or other weapons. Now what happened? Ah, there he is. Sorry, sir, on the screen you keep disappearing.
Oh, sorry.
It's not your fault. That's electronic stuff. No firearms or other weapons, no contact with any alleged victims, and stay away from the incident locations.
Yes, sir.
You seem to be repeating the same kind of disruptive behavior. I am going to hold you on a $200 bond and appoint the city public defender to represent you. Video review for you is scheduled for December 6th at 1:45, Tucson City Court. If you post the bond and are released prior to that date, then you get the 27th at 2:00 p.m. You're excused.
Okay. So am I released, Your Honor?
If you post a $200 bond, yes. If you don't, no. Okay? You're excused. Hello, what's your name?
It's my son Farnsworth. Sorry, I'm cold.
Candace.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Today, you were charged with trespassing,
I don't see her. All I did was get water,
Don't talk about it, okay?
and she said I stole.
Talk
She did
about
not.
it. Don't talk about it. You were charged back in April of last year with trespassing and drinking in public, and you failed to appear more than once. Trespassing, this one is from March 9th of last year, and you still have the same pattern of failing to appear in court. And this last one is from September of this year, trespassing, and again, you failed to appear in court. So bond is set at 250. I'm appointing the city public defender to represent you. If you do not post the bond, you remain in custody and with a video review of December 5th. Excuse me, we're not done. What's going on?
Prison. Okay, let's go.
Your Honor, I believe they had to remove her because of something that was going on.
Okay. I don't know any more than I did before, but all right. Thank you.
Of course.
She can read about it. Stop it.
Happy Thanksgiving, Judge.
I'm sorry?
Happy Thanksgiving to you.
Oh, thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you too. Good evening. What's your name?
Your name, sir.
Andrew Albert.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Albert, the only felony charge that I see is possession of a narcotic drug. The state has moved to dismiss that case without prejudice. It could be refiled at a future date, but for right now, it is dismissed.
Okay.
Judicial. You have some other matters, though. Okay, you are charged with criminal trespass. This is from today. And this one is Pima County Justice Court. We're going to order that you have no contact with the alleged victims, stay away from the incident location. And we're going to set that aside for a moment. You have several cases in Tucson City Court. You were charged back in November of 2021 with shoplifting. You failed to appear more than once, the last time being September 6th of this year. November 29th of 2023, trespassing, same story, failure to appear. May 24th, drug paraphernalia, also failures to appear. And trespassing, this one is from December of last year, failures to appear on that one as well. So, let's see. On your justice court case, bond is set in the amount of $250. I'm appointing attorney Jill Gookin to represent you, and your next court date will be Monday, December 2nd at 1 p.m. on video. As to the city court matters, all previous conditions of release, such as no contact with victims and that not returning to the incident locations, etc., remain in effect. Bond is set in the amount of $500, and the city public defender is reappointed to your cases. Video review is December 6th at 1:45. And that should do it. You're excused.
Your Honor,
Yes.
I was under the impression my city court and my justice courts were done the last time I was here. I was under the impression that I had time served on those.
Who told you that?
That was the impression I got from my last review.
I'm not
of the
asking
video.
about your impressions. I said, told you that.
I believe those were the judge's words the last time I saw both. I saw the judges for the city court and the justice court matters. I believe their words were time served, and that's why I was able to get released last time.
No, sir, I don't think so. I think you perhaps misunderstood something. But no, nobody told you that the city court and the justice court misdemeanors were taken care of. They were not.
But that's what I was told, Your Honor. Yes, is that they were.
You talk that over with your attorneys, Ms. Gookin for the county and your public defender for the defendant, for the city, rather. Okay? You tell them that.
All right, Albert, go ahead and stand up.
But I'm telling you, they were not dismissed or time served. Hello, what's your name?
Hi, Ruben Felix. Happy Thanksgiving, Your Honor.
Thank you as well. In one respect, I think it's going to be happier.
What?
It's going to get happier, just hold on.
Oh,
Okay, your felony case is possession of drug paraphernalia and possession of the dangerous drug. That case is dismissed,
thank you.
at least for now. It is possible that at some future date it could be refiled.
How many days left?
Without prejudice.
Right.
However, that leaves one other case. You were cited for I guess these are being crossed out. You were cited for driving on a suspended, revoked, canceled, or refused driver's license. There were some other charges, but it looks like the officer crossed them out. So,
Your Honor, the record speaking, looks like he bonded out on that justice court case.
I never had a license at all.
okay, we are recording this, so perhaps you want to keep your mouth shut.
I didn't know that, sorry, Your Honor.
All right. Anyway, don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm releasing you on the suspended license case. And your court date at Pima County Justice Court is December 30th at 8:30. All
Thank
right,
you, Your Honor.
you're excused.
Stand up.
You have a good one.
Have a seat over.
Well,
Thank you. Appreciate it.
hello, what's your name?
Julian Mark.
Mark. You're charged with driving under the influence, wrong way on highway. The state is asking me to hold you on a $10,000 bond. At a minimum, I am ordering no alcohol or illegal drugs and don't drive without a valid driver's license. As for the matter of the bond, we'll hear from defense counsel.
Thank you, Judge. So Mr. Mott appears not to have any felony or misdemeanor history. Plus, Judge, taking a look at the interim complaint, it appears he cooperated with police. He made some semi-admissions and he cooperated with the blood draw. Your Honor, given a complete lack of, and he does have family support, has stable housing. His girlfriend has offered to transport him to court in case, since his license would be impacted. Your Honor, given all those factors and a complete lack of felony history, we're asking you to consider one chance in 3 services. But if you're not inclined, we ask that you set the bond at no more than $1,000. Thank you so much.
No more than what now?
$1,000 cash or secure, Judge.
Thank you. Let's hear from the state.
Yes, Judge. So the state acknowledges that he doesn't have any felony history. He doesn't have any DUI misdemeanors. However, the circumstances of this case present a danger to the community. He was driving the wrong way on Aviation Highway while intoxicated, which he admitted to. He also did not have a valid license, and I found that he has a previous citation for driving without a valid license as well. This is a holiday weekend, and I mean, normally, driving the wrong way while intoxicated endangers the public, but especially with the traffic these days, this is especially a danger to the community. And it appears that Mr. Marth, is going to continue driving without a valid license because he's still doing so. So the state is requesting a bond for those reasons.
All right, thank you.
Am I able to say something?
Anyway, I'm going to set bond in the amount of $1,000. Your next court date is December 9th at 1:30, and the public defender is appointed to represent you. Talk only to your attorney about the facts of your case. No one else. All right, no alcohol or drugs. Don't drive without a valid license. You're excused.
Perkins.
Support.
Hello, what is your name?
Michael Frank, Michael Frank Perkins Jr.
Thank you. You're charged with aggravated assault and with resisting arrest. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. No firearms or other weapons. Do not have contact of any kind with the alleged victims. And stay away from the incident location and stay away also from the victim's home and workplace. The state's recommendation is a $5,000 bond. We'll hear from defense counsel.
Given that Mr. Perkins has a Department of Corrections hold till August 5th, 2025, anyway, he's not going to be released. So for that reason, for clean credit purposes, we ask for $1,000.
Thank you.
There's
And
no.
we will hear from the prosecution.
Yes, Judge. So first of all, with regard to the DOC hold, the state, just as a matter of course, objects to relying on that in terms of determining the bond amount. DOC holds expire. Nobody gets any notice except the defendant, I think, when they expire, and the case is sometimes still pending. So that's a problem. Based on Mr. Perkins has 6 prior felony convictions. Looking at those prior felony convictions, I see other convictions for assault and resisting arrest. So this is some problematic behavior for him that is likely to reoccur. His NCA score is 6. His FTA score is 5. And so for those reasons, the state is recommending a $5,000 bond.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna set bond in the amount of 5,000. December 9th, 1:30 is your next court date, and the public defender will represent you. You're excused. Hold on, I think Mr. Perkins actually has another matter. Yeah, he does. Sorry about that.
Might as well get them all done. Don't we?
Mr. Perkins, you have a misdemeanor case in,
Yeah, I was in prison when I had to go back to work, so I wasn't able to make it.
you have a
I'm sorry, Judge. I guess what he was trying to tell you was that his absence was not voluntary because he was in prison.
Yeah, right. Anyway, drug paraphernalia, Marana City Court. Since you've got the other holds anyway, I'm gonna set a bond of $100. And Marana is offshore.
When will visit though?
Okay, Janet Altschuler will represent you. And your next court date is Monday, December 2nd at noon. On that misdemeanor. You're excused. Hello, what's your name?
Robert Sapin?
Sapien?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see. It's this one. Yes, it is. All right, you have a couple of Tucson City Court cases. You've been charged with domestic violence, assault with injury, Um, 2 counts of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, domestic violence, criminal damage, domestic violence, assault with injury, another one, and another domestic violence, disorderly conduct. You also have warrants out of Flagstaff, one in the justice court there and one in the municipal court. On your Tucson matters, I'm going to order that you not commit any acts of domestic violence. You're not to possess or consume any alcoholic beverages or illegal drugs, as well as no firearms or other weapons. Don't have contact of any kind with Ruby Yerba Buena or Olivia Rodriguez. No
Okay.
contact means no face-to-face contact, no calling, texting, emailing, writing letters or notes using third parties or social media or any other kind of contact. You get a one-time return visit with a law enforcement escort to get your personal belongings. Bond
Okay.
is set in the amount of $750. The Tucson City Public Defender is appointed to represent you. Video review is scheduled for December 4th at 1:30. And if you post the bond before that date and are out of custody, get yourself to city court December 4th at 1:30, same date and time. As to the Flagstaff cases, $500 bond. And
They can pick me up.
is there what's the review hearing?
It's a mental review.
Oh, okay. Right. So I don't have to set another court date? No? Oh, that's right. They're not gonna come and get it, right? Mm. Okay,
So Flagstaff is a completely clear finding.
so hold on. Okay, change of plan. I'm gonna release you on the Flagstaff mass cases, even though you're being held by city court. At some point, you are gonna be released, though. When you are released, you got 72 hours to contact the 2 Flagstaff courts. Their contact information will be on your paperwork and arrange a court appearance. So you can't make it to Flagstaff in person, ask about a Zoom hearing. Okay? All right.
Yes.
You're excused.
So can I get
It's a $750
so I have to pay 750 to get out right now
on the city court stuff.
on the city court? I can't get like OR because I have work tomorrow.
You can ask, but
Can I, Judge? I'm asking for OR. It's just misdemeanors. I'm coming to court. I'm trying to avoid this stuff. I have work tomorrow, and I'm gonna lose my job if I don't show up.
Sorry about that, sir, but there's a reason for my bond, okay? It's in the police report. You're excused. Oh, what is this? There we go. Let's see this.
Your Honor,
Yes.
before we start the next one, I don't know if you saw my notes, but there's appears to be an interesting issue with her priors. I spoke with pretrial services, and it does make a difference. So I'm not sure how Your Honor might want to proceed. And pretrial services is present as well. But basically, our system,
What notes are you talking about? Your notes?
the notes in my notes in my recommendation.
Oh. Okay.
So,
For who?
Ms. Tyne.
Okay. All right.
So basically pretrial services, and they said they've run her 3 times and that she's not showing with having any prior felony history. Our workup from when the case was issued for grand jury says 6 priors. But also when I'm kind of bringing them up in a different way, it's coming up for somebody else, a male, but with a similar name and same social. So it's kind of difficult to sort all this out right now on Thanksgiving with the resources that we have. And it's just a little confusing. And I mean, the history would make a difference as to her release. So I'm not quite sure how Your Honor wants to proceed. And I don't know if pretrial services has any additional information since we talked.
That is. Just a minute. Is there any objection to continuing this until tomorrow? So hopefully it can be straightened out by then.
It's fine, Judge.
All right. Okay, continue to AM. You're excused.
Does that conclude the calendar, Your Honor?
You have one more
Oh, I'm sorry.
misdemeanor for Shand.
Yes. Lamont? Yes. You got it right the first time.
Okay, so you're Mr. Shand?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're charged with domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and domestic violence assault. I'm gonna order that you not commit any act of domestic violence, no alcohol or drugs, no firearms or other weapons. Don't have contact of any kind with Jasmine Littleton or her minor children. No contact means no face-to-face contact, no calling, texting, emailing, writing letters, notes, using social media or third parties to contact her. Stay away from her home and workplace. You get a one-time return visit with a police escort to collect their belongings. I am going to hold you on $1,000 bond. Your next court date is going to be December 4th at 10:30 a.m. on video. And also I'll order that you not leave the state of Arizona without the court's permission. And I'm appointing attorney Richard Glenn to represent you in Oro Valley City Court. You're excused.
Wait, you said I can't go back to my house?
$1,000 to bail. It's $1,000.
But you said the contact. You said no, I can't go back to my house.
I said you can go back once with a law enforcement escort to get your belongings.
You can't live there. It's a victim's name.
No, my name's on that lease, so I can still go there, right? You know?
No contact with the victim. You can go back one time to get your stuff.
Oh.
If the victim's dead, you can't stay.
Okay.
But if the victim,
If they,
If she's
Yeah, she doesn't live there. So I can,
Then you
come
if they move out, you can go back. As long as they're there, only want with the police to get your stuff. That's it.
You said no contact with my children?
No, no contact with your children. No contact with the lady. That's correct.
All right.
And with that, have a good Thanksgiving, the rest of it.
Happy thanks.
too,
Happy
Judge.
Thanksgiving.
Happy
Happy
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, Judge. Thank you.
Bye-bye.